at the storyboard for Nobody's Heart. So here is the storyboard, and you can see here, hopefully you can hear the song, and at the same time. So here we're going to animate the record player and the tail of the cat and the wind in the draperies. That's about it. Maybe a zoom in on the girl. Here only the tail and the curtain. A very specific shot, and we'll animate the ears. And we're gonna examine. We're gonna animate the head. The head's gonna rotate left and right a little bit, just gently, and the ears are gonna move sometimes left and sometimes right, a tiny bit, like if a cat hears some birds and the head turns a little bit, and the ears are wiggling a little bit because of the noises, and the tail's gonna move left and right and in a circular manner using the puppet tool. And so that's going to be a specific lesson. Now here we're going to correct the record, the arm of the record player. We're going to put it straight to the record, and it's going to wiggle, and we're going to have the record turning in the right direction, and the notes are going to play using the foam filter to multiply them and have them dancing all around the room. And we're going to pan up to the top, and on the top the flowers on the wall are going to start rotating because of the music, and still more music notes here. In the bathtub we're going to have the bubbles in the bath moving with the wiggle filter, and some bubbles floating around, and we're going to have some of those flowers rotating. Here everything is like floating, so she's going to, the flowers are going to be floating, the water is going to move with a wave filter or with a displacement map filter, and she's simply going to be there wiggling a little bit also in her position because she's in the water, so she's floating. And so we're going to have a wiggle a little bit everywhere of a very, 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 very minute quantities, like -1, +1, like maximum. These are expressions that we're going to implement in After Effects. And here, the clock, we're going to animate the clock like we seen in the templates. And so this is a storyboard, just basically giving you the rhythm. The storyboard is very useful for you to see how long are the shots. So you're going to use the storyboard as a tool to see how long are each templates in the final edit. And that's going to be very good for you to see how much animation you need to do for each shot, how long are each shots, and then you always do a little bit longer, just a second or half a second more, because you want to overlap, or sometimes you want to dissolve from one shot to another, so you have to keep this in mind. So you have a little longer on each shot, and in the end, when we're going to assemble all this into Premiere Pro, we're going to use this as the template in the bottom to guide us in the rhythm of how the shots appear in the final product. So here we have the wind moving the curtains and the heart beating, and this is the rhythm of the song. The heart is beating here, it becomes butterflies. The butterflies expand in the shot. The butterflies expand in the air outside the window, and then we see the shadows of the butterflies all over this shot, and then we have vapor coming out, steam coming out of the kettle, and still butterfly all around as shadows. And here the cat, we have again the tail wiggling and maybe the ears moving. And here we have a close-up of the music notes coming out of the kettle, and also the steam coming out. And the steam is going to be made with the filter in After Effects that is called radio wave. We're going to create a very, very realistic steam using radio wave. It's very complicated, It's very tedious. It's going to take maybe one, maybe two classes just on that. Pouring the water in the tea. Here we're going to have the head animated up and down and rotating, like the cat is caressing its cheek on the leg of the lady, and also the tail is moving. But it's not bad. Here, butterflies flying again, a bunch of them. To go your own sweet. Again, cat tail and cat head. Nobody's arms belong. Butterflies and flowers. So the butterflies are going to cover this shot. To me, no arms feel strong. And again in the close-up. I admire. So on the wall, we're going to have butterflies and panning up the wall, and then we have butterflies outside, and we see the moon. So the moon's going to glimmer, and a close-up of the moon, where we're going to have the moon shining, like emitting light, and then pan down. And in the teacup, we're going to have the moon reflected in the teacup. So we're going to use again the wave filter or the displacement map filter and have this image being mirrored and moving like in water. And that's the end of the shot. We're going to have titles with your names appearing here as the artist animators and the musicians and all that. I'll supply you with the information you need for that. And that's what we're doing in general. So next time we're gonna just watch the movie that I already did. This film has been made 2 years ago. I animated this film for the artist Diana Penton. She's a 4-time Genie a Juno Award winner for her jazz singing, and she's quite famous, and she's located in Hamilton, very near you. And so we did so far 5 or 6 music videos for her. This is the last one we did, and so we have a lot of history with this artist. So that's it for this one. So I'll see you in next lesson, where we're going to explore